Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Susan McCreevy. I'm a mixed media artist and I specialise in gelli printing. This is part 3 of a series of videos that support the book that's just come out. It's called Gel Plate Printing, a guide to making beautiful layered art. In this book there's 6 start to finish projects, and one of the projects is called Sapphire Blue Blooms. And in this short video I'll just be showing you how to do the stitched element of this book to accompany and support the book. So hopefully you'll enjoy following along and learning how to incorporate stitching into your mixed media artworks. So if you're interested in finding out more about the book, I'll put the link below under the description in the video. But without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so in this lesson I'm going to be showing you how I incorporate these little French knots and beads into my paintings. So I have some embroidery threads here, and I've gone for colours that are on one side of the colour wheel and are all side by side, which means they are analogous with each other. So I've gone for sort of a blue theme for this, so these colours are all sort of on the blue side of the colour wheel. And the same with the beads that I've selected, they're all same sort of colours. And I've incorporated some gold as well, because I think that works really well with this colour scheme. Okay, now you can get these in Hobbycraft, all these products. So this is a little tool I found for holding my needles, something getting lost. It's quite a nice little, I'll put a link for that in the description below. Some scissors. This is just to help you get the thread on the needle if you're getting a bit short-sighted like me. This, I think it's for pulling stitches out, but it's actually quite good for separating the threads. I'll show you that in a minute. And just a sort of middle-size embroidery needle there. Okay, so I'll show you what we do with the threads to begin with. I'm going to start with this lighter blue one. So you have to split this. There's 6 threads in this piece of embroidery thread. So to split it, I'm going to use this little tool just to sort of pull them apart. It's quite fiddly, so you kind of have to grab 3 at a time. Once you get 3, just sort of pull them, try and catch one end. And then gently pull it. If you pull it too hard, you just go into a knot. If it starts going in a knot, just get them apart. Okay, so that's got 3 and 3. I'll pop that one over there just now. So I'm just going to snip the end so they're a bit neater. I'm going to thread my needle. So if you just push against your finger there, it's easier. And then slide it through that hole. And pull this one away, and that's through the needle then. So you just want to line up the 2 ends so they're side by side, and then put a knot in the end. So you're still going to have 6 threads because you're doubling it up here. It's the same thickness as it was originally, and it goes through the canvas. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is start in this area here. So I'll show you the back first. So this canvas has got quite a thin piece of wood, so there's obviously you can put the needle through all of this white area. But if you look at, I've got another one here which is a different I'm working on, and this has got quite a lot more wood on it, so you're only going to be able to stitch in this center area. So that's something to think about when you're buying the canvases if you're going to be doing a lot of stitching. So this one here, I've done some on here, so this is a thinner one. So there must be different brands.
have different types. So I've just doing a wee bit more than that, so I've just left my needle because I was still working on it. Okay, so I'm going to start in this section here. So I pull it through, and because it's knotted, it's going to stay at the back. Twist it around twice, and then don't go back through the same hole, but just to the right of it, and then keep your hand holding this so there's tension on it, and then pull the thread through, and this is what makes the knot. Okay, I'll just show you that again. So when you're thinking about the colours, I'm really just painting with thread, so I'm just trying to work intuitively with the colours that I'm mixing up here. It's quite a nice way to work. The reason I came across this idea was I had broken my shoulder earlier on in the year, and I couldn't really use my arm much, so this was something, small movements I could do while I was recovering. And I really enjoyed it, so I think I'll definitely do more of this. So life has a way of slowing you down sometimes, and that's when you discover new things, when you have to think out of the box to be creative. You certainly can't look at your phone or do anything else when you're doing it. It's very mindful. So just concentrate. Quite nice to do in the evening. So I do as many knots as I can with a piece of thread before it gets too short. And then what I'll do is add a few little beads at the end of this piece of thread. They're quite simple little stitches. I just think they're so pretty. It's starting to get tight now. I think this is the last one I can do. But to keep the tension tight, or it will just leave a big loop. That's quite important, that part. Okay, so that's enough French knot. So now I'm going to add a few little beads to this area. I'm trying to come back in quite close to the knot there. And I'm just going to have a look at my little dishes here for something. Need to get the right beads that will go through an embroidery needle. They're so fun to pick out all these little beads when you go to Hobbycraft. There's such a great choice. The little jewels. My daughter found these tiny little dishes for me when she was on holiday in Manchester. I love them. I found a green one. Fiddly. Come on. There we go. So again, just putting the hole just slightly to the right of the previous hole. So you just keep going until your thread's running out here. It gets too tight. Like the bigger one, I'm just varying the size of the bead. Okay, and then to finish it off, all I do is do a couple of stitches through. Doesn't have to look pretty on the back, you can see.
just to tie it off. And just snip that thread. There we go. That's how I add stitching to my mixed media paintings. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed that and you've picked up some tips on how to add stitching to your mixed media artworks. So if you're keen to learn more in the projects in this book, I'll put the link below in the description so you can order the book and follow along with me. Okay everyone, thank you so much for your support. I'll speak to you soon. Okay, bye for now.